Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce, and today we're doing another indie horror spotlight. Today, I have with us, he's a screenwriter, and he has a new screenplay out right now called The R.I.P. Man. I have with us Reese Thompson. Reese, welcome to the Horror Room.
Thank you for having me today, Travis. It's an absolute pleasure and privilege to be here today. It's been a long time coming, but I'm finally here. So let's have a great show.
Let's do it, my friend. Let's do it. So tell us a little bit about The R.I.P. Man.
Right, well, I originally got the concept and the idea around 2020. It was sort of like a sort of pre-lockdown idea that I came together with. The main antagonist villain, he suffers with a rare oral disease called anodontia. So I was watching a documentary one evening and I sort of thought, do you know what, that'd probably sort of make a good sort of element to put together for like a villain or an antagonist in a horror movie. So I was working with the idea for about 3-4 months, and then I sort of decided that what's slightly different, from what's already out there. Like you've got obviously Ghostface, got Freddy, Michael Myers. I mean, they're all my idols. Love every single one of them. But I was trying to be a little bit sort of different and inventive with creating my villain, and I decided to give him like a mouthpiece with a personalised sort of message on the actual outside of the gum shield, which is actually the word is R.I.P. obviously for rest in peace. So, and then I just sort of put the narrative and the concept together really with just using probably previous horror movies as a way forward. Films like Halloween, Scream, like modern slashers, to try and create a sort of suburban sort of feel. And generally, it is just 6 sort of vulnerable teenagers who find their lives at stake in Idaho Falls, basically, because you've got a antagonist who's hell bent on removing your gnashes, your teeth, basically, and there's a lot of sort of hidden sort of messages and underlining themes and tones in it that people could probably relate to and resonate with. So I just sort of kept building on that concept and that idea of the guy's actually got an ailment that he's obviously suffering with. He actually learns to embrace it. Mm-hmm. So without giving too much away, obviously I'd like you to obviously read the book as well. If some good stores and bad stores will be having it sort of within their sort of realm at the moment. So basically, just really excited with the project at the moment. Hopefully there may be a short movie in the near future. I'm working on it at the moment, so fingers crossed.
Nice. Now, you wrote this in intentions of it being a movie. I mean,
I did. Yeah, that was my goal from the get go. Was I just sort of had a vision of it actually sort of being a feature-length movie, because horror's my life. I mean, it's something I've been sort of affiliated with for probably 30 plus years now. So it's never left me. It's still present, and I love it more than anything, So I just find myself in an actual position I never thought I'd be in, really. Writing a screenplay, making it to a finals of a well-known contest, and I'm just sort of absolutely flattered, really, at the moment. But the highlight is being on your show.
Oh, thank you, man. Listen, thank you.
That's all right. That's the biggest accolade anyone could sort of wish to sort of achieve, really, to be honest. So, no, absolutely fantastic.
And by the way, I love the fucking UK. Listen, all my UK fans, subscribers, I fucking love you guys.
We love you. We love you too.
Thank you. I've gotten to the point now I say mate now in my normal conversation, because I
know
a lot of any filmmakers from the UK, and they end their sentence with mate. I've got mate now, so
mate. Now, I'm from East London, so we have like a Cockney slang, and we use like a rhyming scheme. It goes back many sort of years, but it's something that you drop in a conversation out again with people that you're sort of in your environment. But I'm the same. I do a lot of travelling to the States, and I pick up the lingo and I end up using it when I get home as well. I've got friends in St. Louis and New York, and so it's the same thing. It's just being around that country, and you just pick it up, and you end up using it in your day-to-day life. It's great.
It is. I love saying mate now. I mean, it's. I think we should need to adapt it here in the States, because it's a nice term to say at the end. Okay, mate. But all right, so
Yeah, it sounds a bit proper, don't it? Really, there's a lot
it
of words that
does.
we use. There's a lot of words we use probably similar to yours, but they maybe have a slightly different meaning in how they can be sort of a bit more sort of vindictive. You know, for example. So yeah, but most words in general are the same. But sometimes it's sort of like it can just have a little bit more sort of a negative tone behind it, if you like. I'll tell
Yes.
you off camera.
Okay. Now, all right. Now, so listen. So you're making. So you're doing a screenplay. You're thinking
Yeah.
of this character, this story behind it. Now, how hard is it to come up with? Because I mean, listen, I'm a huge horror fan. Been a horror fan forever. How hard is it to come up with a creative character and give him his own identity? That's not that has not already been done.
I mean, that is the toughest part. I mean, you want avid horror fans to be able to resonate with the character. I mean, for me, I mean, obviously, a strong protagonist is paramount as well. But when I watch a horror movie, I'm looking. It's like we sort of root for the villain, don't we? You know, it's just sort of within our nature. You know, so aesthetically, as well as maybe the way they move, obviously the way they sort of kill their victims, it's sort of a whole mesh of sort of ingredients that have to go together. So that's what I was sort of considering. It took a lot of time to get there, but I'm also a pugilist. I love like boxing as well. So obviously the mouthpiece itself was. I think I was just watching a fight one evening. So I had the Anadontia documentary. Then I had the boxing event going on. I was like, I'm coming on to something again. I was getting excited with myself, and then I was thinking, is it something that's a bit silly, or is it something that could possibly work? But then I've made the mouth guard quite gruesome. There's like a slots in his guard where he can put his victim's teeth in as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just a guy running at you with the words RIP, and it's quite gruesome. And there is like a message behind the actual screenplay as well, which is obviously aimed a little bit towards the sort of current healthcare predicament, which is the same here as well as probably in the US at the moment. And obviously vengeance and abandonment. There's quite a lot of things that actually are relevant in today's world, So I wasn't just trying to get a guy on screen that's going around just killing everybody for no reason. There's an interesting concept of his backstory, which we delve into as well. There's some really strong characters. You've got a strong, experienced sleuth at the helm, and then you've got a protagonist that has a connection to the actual villain. Without giving too much away, there is sort of that sort of element with it as well, So there's a lot of things that people can relate to. So and imaginative death scenes as well. Been very sort of creative, and I believe I've created some very good death kills. There's 8 in total, so I spent a lot of time developing that side of it as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was a great experience, and obviously where I respect the horror genre, that plays a big part in my writing as well. Yeah. I don't want to try and do something that's already been done. I was trying to be a little bit different with what I was trying to approach, and hopefully that comes across in the actual screenplay. Fingers crossed.
Yes, fingers crossed. Now, you wrote this. You wrote it into a book, but you wrote it as a screenplay. Now, okay.
I did, yeah.
Now, educate me or something. All right. Let's say I'm a director or filmmaker, and I come across your book and I read it. I then contact you and say, Reese, I fucking love this. I want to adapt it into a movie.
Yeah.
They have to come to you first, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. I mean, I'll give you my contact details at the end, but yeah, they'd have to contact me. Obviously, I own the rights to the screenplay. Funny enough, it wasn't intended to be released as a book. It was part of the success of the 13 horror finalist contest writing. So I just made it to the finals, and that was part of the actual package, as well as like a laurel and a certification, and so it just was a bit of a happy accident, really. So yeah, and now it's out there, and it obviously makes it a bit more easier for people to actually, for example, a director or producer, if they want to have a look, they can just look for it in physical copy, which is right there. So that's like there you go. and also it's on ebook as well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure if someone was to have a look, I'm pretty sure there'd be someone out there would probably like to attempt to make it into a short or a feature length, because I've already got the wheel sort of in motion with that at the moment as well. So nothing's concrete, but there is hopefully something on the horizon soon. And as soon as I have any information, I'll give you an exclusive update.
Love it, love it. Now, would you? So, if a filmmaker came to you,
Yeah.
would you want a certain amount of creative control when it comes to the actual film?
In an ideal world, I would, because it's sort of like you put your heart and soul into something like this. For me, it was, you know, they say that you don't suffer for your art, but I feel like you do at times. You know, you make a lot of sacrifices with time, and you've got to put your head in a space where, you know, a lot of the stuff that we're writing, it's not sort of like, you know, nursery rhymes. It's actually like, you know, it's horror. It can be quite sort of dark at times as well, you know. And when I'm writing, obviously I'm trying to create something that's, you know, like the death scenes, for example. There's one that's features like a circular staircase. So you've got like buzz saws and, you know, coming at the actual unfortunate victim at different angles, and it's quite gory and probably, you know, straight to the bone as well. So that's just one example, one death scene. But yeah, creative control for me would, it's something I would negotiate, of course. Depends how far they want to go. I mean, obviously, you know, if they wanted to change the title, that's absolutely fine. But I don't think there is a great deal they'd need to change, to be honest. I mean, they might want to change some of the characters' names, locations. But yeah, no, I think overall, I'm up for discussion.
Okay, because I mean, I would be pissed off if I was a screenwriter and like,
I understand that. I think exactly where you're coming from.
And like, because I mean, you hear stories about that. I'm talking about in like big motion pictures that, you know, that
Yeah.
screenwriter had a story and then, you know, a filmmaker came in and completely butchered the fucking story, and then by the end,
Make
it
them
was
look bad, doesn't it?
screenwriter. Yeah.
Yeah. Their reputation sort of goes downhill, really. Where if they just done the original script, it would have been probably a lot better. But it's subjective, isn't it? You know, everyone's opinion is different. If someone's putting the money up front and, you know, they're prepared to buy the rights for the screenplay, then really it's their choice, it's their decision. Especially if you're going to someone like, you know, like a Blumhouse or, you know, A24, someone like that. It's, you know, they're going to have the final say, really, to be honest. But yeah, for me, I would like, if it does come into fruition, I'd love to have some sort of input. You know, I don't want it to sort of just go to someone and then they sort of have no care for it, and they just sort of, you know, change the whole complete spectrum, you know, for no reason, really. But yeah, it's an interesting question, that, right? Yeah.
Thank you. Now, is there an actor that you have in mind that would be an excellent RIP man?
I have to be careful what I say, because I wouldn't say that I have someone sewn up. I would say I've got someone probably 95% sort of, there's no contract signed, but I've had a verbal agreement, and it's been going on for a couple of weeks now. So this gentleman would be a great RIP man. I think he gets the character. Obviously, like Michael Myers, he's a mute. He doesn't talk, but he makes up for that in other aspects, you know, with his mannerisms and, like I said, the way he moves. He's very visceral looking. He's got like a maniacal sort of cacophony laugh, and he's just absolutely devastating as well with the way he, you know, carries out his murders, if you like. So the guy that I've got in mind, he was going to be director originally, but he thought about it and thought, you know what, I can play the RP now. I've got this. Don't worry about that. And his previous work, I've seen a lot of his stuff, and he's a great actor. So I'm trying to let him run with it, let him do what he wants to do, and have a great time playing him. And then, yeah, just let the gore and the blood just sort of,
Nice.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at. I'm pretty sure he's got the physicality as well, and the way I envision him looking, it's pretty much same height, I'd say, weight, quite an athletic sort of build. So maybe he's a little bit sort of older than the age he is in the script, but you're talking about a couple of years, so there's not much difference there really. So yeah. Looking forward to hopefully getting this getting the ball rolling, you know, and just getting out there in the world for people to see. Exciting times.
Exciting time. Now, living across the pond, I believe that's the term over in the UK.
Yeah, living across the pond.
Is it a part of you? Yes. Is it a part of you that would love to see a UK filmmaker adapt your screenplay compared to possibly a American?
I don't really have any preference. I'd rather it go to the person that's going to, like, you know, treat a little bit of TLC and have just a good idea of, you know, of what they're doing, you know, and also they don't have to have previous experience, you know, of, you know, a blockbuster movie or nothing like that. But if they sort of have some sort of love for the horror genre and they understand it, and the most important thing is that they sort of understand the fans, what they want, you know, because, you know, we're not stupid individuals, our fans, you know, like, you know, we know what we want, and you know, we know when people are trying to fool us and pull the wool over our eyes. So yeah, just respect the genre, really. I think that's the main thing for me. Yeah, definitely, because you know, I respect it, and I think anyone that is involved with it should do the same as well, really. Definitely.
So, what were your views on the most recent Halloween trilogy? Did you enjoy those movies?
To be honest with you, I did actually. I know there's a lot of sort of negativity around Halloween Ends, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I don't think what for me. I mean, there's plenty of avenues they could have gone down, but there were certain aspects of the movie that I didn't like. I can't lie to you, but overall, did they damage the reputation of the franchise? Probably slightly. Do you agree? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you do.
Yeah,
I know you do. Yeah.
Well, I like the first one. I love it.
I think the first one. Definitely.
The first one was amazing. And James June Courtney, the actor who I met, who plays Michael Myers in those three movies, he might be the best Michael Myers I'm actor wise.
It's nothing to do with the acting. No, definitely not.
Fucking brutal. It's a brutal Michael Myers. He probably is my favorite Michael Myers, you know, but then like part two, I actually saw part two in the theaters, and I came out. I said I fucking loved part two. Halloween Kills. And then I got home and watched it again. I was like, wait a minute, whoa, this is kind of boring. But I understand the reason why, because I keep saying they put that half an hour filler into that movie to make it 2 hours long. And it was that with that hospital scene, and I did not know why they did that. I guess because they were trying to get a longer runtime. But if they would take that out,
middle filler section, yeah, that's why I know about that. Yeah.
If they would have took that out, it would have been a great movie. It would have been a great movie. I would have said I would enjoy that movie. Halloween Ends. I had no idea where they were going with that.
Yeah, I'm the same, definitely. But you know, with remakes, I don't know if this is going to be a question later, but I mean, same as the Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, I'm slightly disappointed with that. But Jackie O'Reilly, I mean, I thought we'd done, you know, Robert Englund passed the baton on to him, and there's never going to be another Robert Englund, right? You can't replace a guy like that. But Jackie O'Reilly has, you know, got a good resume. He's done some great films in the past, but to put on that glove and to sort of try and replicate what Robert Englund's done over the years, it's just an hard act to follow. I mean, what can you do? I mean, you know, they're great actors. You spoke about Michael Myers, but the script needs to be there as well. I think if that's not there, then it's sort of the foundations fail, don't they? You know.
Exactly. Now, so the reason I asked you that question was for a reason. So David Gordon Green, so that's the director. he also attempted to reboot The Exorcist, which bombed and was horrible. And he actually resigned. So if they attach him to your film, would you be disappointed?
No, of course I wouldn't be disappointed. No.
Because you're going to make money, and your movie is going to be globally, distributed.
Exactly that. Yeah, but I'll have to have a tiny bit of creative control. I forget the money. It's overrated, isn't it? Creative control. Yeah, I know. You can't be too choosy in this life. You know, I mean, we're all trying to get our foot through the door. You know, I understand that. I mean, like obviously creative control. Yes, of course, it is paramount, and you spend so many hours of your life trying to create something that's perfect for yourself, but you just hope it resonates with other people. So obviously, there's going to be a few changes here and there. If a director did get hold of it and he wanted to do his own thing with it. But I think generally speaking, I think the core is there for a good movie, and I just think horror fans would love it. That's why I'm trying to get a short movie on the go, and then if that has some success, then we can think about maybe getting some funding for a feature length as well. Maybe start a campaign or get an investor in and do it that way. There's plenty of avenues to go down, so I'm exploring everything at the moment.
There's tons of resources. Now, one thing I'd ask you, because a lot of screenwriters and directors, they start off a movie series, and then by the third sequel, they back out, right?
Yes.
And then they give control to whoever. I don't know if they sell the rights to it or whatever, but then you might have the RIP man number 6. And
yeah, no, hopefully, one day. A bit like the Nightmare on Elm Street, where Wes Craven, I think, did he sell the rights after the Dream Warriors? I believe it might have been for the Dream Master, the 4th one, something like that. Yeah, so maybe they're too busy, or they're just lost a bit of interest, or get paid a load of money. Yeah, you can have it now. I've done my best.
So you're willing to sell your baby off at some point and just be like, I'm done with it? You can have
walk off into the sunset, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, obviously at the moment I'm trying to sort of do it myself at the moment. Obviously trying to raise a few funds myself. Obviously with some smaller production companies, and hopefully have a campaign up and running within probably under a week, like an Indiegogo or GoFundMe. So there'll be like plenty of perks available for anyone that wants to support the movie. I mean, do you remember those wind-up chattering teeth toys that we used to have when we were children?
Yes.
Well, he actually uses those as well in the movie. There's quite a few attributes that are attached to him. There's a lot of medieval sort of methods with his killing as well as contemporary. He's got like spikes on his sort of a jacket and his boots, and he's got like a pouch with spikes as well. So it's probably like the Legion of Doom, but it's not red, it's black.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Device, yeah. Yes. So quite bold and galore, and he's definitely different from what's out there. But again, there's so many movies out there. Maybe I'm a plagiarist, I don't know. But from what I've seen, I haven't seen them. Yeah, you just don't know. Yeah, so I'm just trying to just be a little bit sort of different. But it's very tough because it just feels like everything's been done before. Everyone's worn a mask. You just got to keep thinking outside the box, and hopefully that magical. Because that's always been my dream, is to create an antagonist that is like Michael Myers, like Freddy Krueger, like Ghostface. That would be the dream. Like a Mount Rushmore, if you like.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the goal. But
and I'm gonna ask you a quick question about that shortly. But all right.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, if you do an Indiegogo, let me know. I'll definitely promote it through my channel. And like I do with everyone who I interview, I will.
I know you do.
We'll donate to your Indiegogo. So that's something that
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and whatever I can do to support your channel. I mean, I've been doing it anyway, but I can probably elevate that and do more for you. So I will do that because you deserve all the luck, and you deserve millions of viewers. So start off small, and one day you'll you'll be like. And you got to get your OnlyFans going as well.
Oh, yes, you watch that interview, yes.
Yeah, I think we do. We're going to have a mural of you. I'm going to have a mural of you on the wall next time I'm on here.
That was a weird conversation. I forgot how you even got
You never know where it's going to go, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Was a guy's name Seth? Was it Seth?
Oh yeah, Seth. Well, what's his name? Oh my
That,
goodness.
yeah, he was a lovely guy, and I wish everyone that's been on your show every success, and that's past and present, you know. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, everyone. It's a hard sort of industry, so yeah, everyone's working hard, so they deserve every success that they get. So I'll try to contribute and help fellow professionals as well. So because I know what it's like. So yeah, we all push in the same direction, don't we? You know, and help each other out.
exactly, and that's what I'm trying to do with this channel too. I'm trying to blow this channel up. Right now, by the way, I'm the number one indie horror.
I know you are. That's why I'm blessed to be here today.
But,
Number one, baby.
but like, I want to blow this channel up into, you know, the tens of thousands, the 20s, the millions.
Yeah.
Because then everybody who I interview, now you got the whole world looking at
So much exposure, right?
Yes, like it's so much more exposure, and the only way you can do that, by the way, people, is by liking and subscribing to my channel.
Exactly. Get liking and subscribing, people.
Yeah.
Give this man the support he thoroughly deserves. And yeah, and we'll have to give you a cut, won't we? You know, once you blow up and you know my film does well, let's give you a little percentage, eh?
Yes.
There we go. That's it.
All right, listen. As you know, you're a fan of my channel, so you know what I'm about to ask you. I'm about to ask you the 3 random horror questions. Are you ready?
I know, yes.
Okay. So you hinted about it a little bit earlier. Who is on your Mount Rushmore of horror villains?
How many have I got? So I've got 4, right?
4.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely Mr. Frederick Krueger, because he was the first sort of villain that I came across when I was about 3 or 4, because I think my mum just used to plonk me in front of the telly and leave me, you know, with his long arms like a marionette, you know, chasing Tina down the alleyway. I always remember that. Yeah, it's strange. Yes. But so he would definitely go on there because he's the first sort of character that I can sort of remember from a young age. Definitely Michael Myers, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, I don't prefer Freddy over Jason, so or Michael. So you know, Jason has to go in there as well, without a doubt, definitely. So you got they're the first 3. Who would be on there next? That is a tough one because I know Scream is a little bit of a sort of hit and miss for some people. It's a Ghostface for me. You know, in the 90s, he was someone that I was definitely sort of interested in at that sort of age. But as time's gone on, the 4th. Let's have a think here. Probably go for Jigsaw, I would say. Actually, yeah, Jigsaw.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Jigsaw. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of the Saw movies myself. So I would say Freddy, Michael, Jason, and Jigsaw. But it might change tomorrow. You know, definitely the first 3 are solid.
See, I agree with your 3, right? But then I get into that spot where do you put, because I know, listen, for a longest time, Leatherface was always the number 4.
Yeah.
As most people. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies have been so bad for so long, and yeah, and I feel like people don't put him there. But then I think to myself, how about Pinhead? Pinhead is
Doug Bradley. Yeah,
I mean, is he not one of the OGs?
Yeah, of course he is. I mean, I've actually met Doug Bradley a couple of years ago. I think it was lovely guy. He's obviously from Liverpool. He went to the same school as John Lennon. He's obviously a bit younger. But yeah, he's a lovely guy. I met, what's his name? Vince, the other guy plays one of the Cenobites. That was at a convention. Really nice people. So yeah, Pinhead, I mean, Candyman as well.
Candyman. Candyman is a great character. He's the first character.
Fantastic. Yeah.
But Candyman only had one good movie though. See, that's the only thing I'm thinking about, because everything after the first one, I wasn't a fan of it.
You did not feel the flesh.
No, I was not a
fan. That's fine. I mean, but I still think as a horror villain, with the hook, I don't know. When I was a kid growing up, I'd never say Candyman in the mirror,
No,
Oh,
me too.
yeah, that age, like 4 or 5 or whatever I was. I don't know, maybe a bit older than that. But there was also the Bloody Mary one, wasn't there as well? If you say her name
Hmm.
3 times in the
Yep,
mirror.
yep.
So
Uh,
yeah, but that's
Candyman,
a great character.
but Candyman would go on my secondary list. So if there was a one underneath that, I would put Candyman, Leatherface, probably Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky as well. Yeah,
But do you put? But I'm thinking myself, do I put? I guess I gotta put Ghostface over Jigsaw.
that was my original thought process. But then
But
I
there's
have, I mean,
multiple
I don't
Ghostface.
mind the new 3 movies. I know they're like same old, but they are. They've got strong characters as well. I mean, I know it's just a different setting every time, and it's the same
Yeah.
sort of same synopsis. But yeah, I mean, I was at that age, as a good age, like it must be like 13, 14, when that first came out. Was it 96? It came out, the first one? So I'd been
Mm-hmm.
12. So yeah, good times. And I've always liked him as a villain, but that's interesting. Would you have Jigsaw, or would you go for Ghostface?
I don't know because here's the debate. Ghostface is not the same person every fucking movie. So
No,
is that
exactly.
really
Yeah.
so like that? I think even though it's such a iconic character, I think it kind of demotes it a little bit because it's not the same character every single time.
Yeah, I agree totally. Yeah, because it is a different person portraying Ghostface every movie. We've also forgotten about Pennywise, Tim Curry. I mean, he was
Penny,
fantastic. Right? He took the life out of me. Right?
I mean, listen, even the Jeepers Creeper, he was great. I mean,
Yeah, Jeepers Creeper as well. Yeah.
you
Terrible now. I mean, obviously, you got Art the Clown at the moment as well.
Arthur Clown, you can definitely.
There's so many. There's so many.
Yeah, but I'm putting Pinhead. I'm putting Pinhead as a fourth one on my not list.
I think I might have to join you there as well, because I just sort of forgot about it momentarily, and yeah, I love the Hellraiser movies. I mean, have you seen the new one? Was you a fan of that?
The new one was great. The one, yes, that was great.
I didn't mind it. It was decent, wasn't it? It was good. I liked it.
But the main character, she was annoying.
There's something about her.
Yeah, annoying.
Sort of, gets you sort of like, feeling a bit annoyed.
I'm a jump completely off topic.
You can't put your finger on what it is, but there's just something connected with the character, that's sort of just a little bit annoying. But the movie was good, I thought, overall. I thought it was okay, yeah, definitely. It's quite hard with remakes. I mean, surely, Hollywood, they must have a backlog of scripts just waiting, to be produced, because I know that's where the money is, right? Remakes,
Yeah.
So I get why they do it, but there must be some other original ideas that are just sitting there in someone's office or on someone's computer, But
yeah,
wait for the next one. Is there anything up and coming that you're excited about yourself? Any other movies on the horizon?
I'm trying to think. I know they got the new Dracula movie. I'm interested in that.
Yeah, definitely. That looks decent as well. Yeah.
But I'm trying to think what else is coming out. I don't.
There's quite a lot of indie movies coming out as well. That I've been supporting.
Maxine.
Yeah, Maxine.
Maxine. Maxine is definitely on the list. I have to see Maxine.
I want to see that as well, Maxine. Yeah, without that. I watched Imaginary about 2 weeks ago. The Blumhouse movie. The Blumhouse movie. Yeah, it wasn't great, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you like, really. But obviously, I think it was a PG-13 as well, so don't expect any gore. But the actual story itself was okay, but I found it quite predictable as well. So that's just my opinion on the movie.
Now, I want your opinion or something. I'm going completely off of topic, but I'm going back on topic. But did you remember when we grew up in the 80s and 90s, the final girl was a likable character, you wanted to see her survive, and she was innocent, and she was this and that, and yes, have you noticed recently? I would say in the last 4 or 5 years, the final girl is the most despicable, nastiest fucking person. I hope she fucking dies.
It's completely changed.
Why did they switch that? I'm like, I'm like thinking in my mind right now, because we were talking about the last Hellraiser. I couldn't stand her character. Like she literally got her brother killed, all her fucking friends killed because of her stupid, way of thinking. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, shit. There's so many I can go through right my mind, like every single. I mean, even Scream 6, I couldn't stand the two sisters. Like they were the worst part of the movie to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand them. Like I was like, oh my god, Ghostface, please kill them. Like
maybe that's what they were trying to get across there. Yeah, they want you to feel so much sort of hate towards them that you're going to be left annoyed because you know they're going to survive at the end of it, right? So obviously you've got was it Jennifer Ortega and Melissa Barrera, the
yes,
two. Yeah.
I know people said that they love them, so I couldn't stand them. And listen, I'm probably going to get canceled for this comment, but it was just the whole movie. It's like, oh, let's make bad decisions because of my trauma, my past trauma. Make bad decisions, trauma. And I was like, okay, I get it. Listen, I get it as the audience. You went through some horrific shit. You know what I mean? Went through some horrific shit. But you don't gotta keep reminding us every 2 minutes.
Trying in our faces every opportunity that you get. Yeah. Let's just try a different scenario. Yeah. Yeah. No, I've actually thought about that before, and I mean, you still have like Nancy Thompson, but you sort of, you're rooting for her, weren't you, really, back in the day? And, obviously, you had like Elm Street, you had like Lisa Wilcox, was it Alice Johnson? She would carry on that sort. Yeah, so, you just didn't want nothing to happen to them, you'd be sort of intrigued all the way through the movie, and you just sort of, just hope that they survive it, and then move on to the next sort of instalment. But nowadays, if you want to get rid of them, get rid of them, as horrific as you want to do it,
I wanted the little girl to die in Megan. She was so fucking annoying. Oh, she was so fucking annoying. Like
the boy and the Babadook, right?
Yes, annoying. The fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre Netflix reboot thing. Both of the sisters were fucking annoying. I was so glad that the one got a head cut off in it. I was like, thank God. Woo.
Finally, put me out of my misery.
But but even like the Rob Zombie Halloween movie.
Halloween, yeah.
Listen, I met what's her name, Scott and something. I actually met her, and nice little lady, but she was the most annoying version of Laurie Strode I ever seen. Like she was so fucking annoying.
Yeah, I mean, Laurie Strode, obviously, you ain't going to beat the original, are you, Jamie Lee Curtis? So I think that's part of them. They're just irreplaceable, aren't they? Some sort of characters. It's not just the character; it's the actress or the actor playing the part as well. Because it can just be saying that they do it, like that irks you, and it's not saying that they do intentionally, or it could just be the way the character's written. But it makes it enjoyable, doesn't it, when you want them to survive, because otherwise then you're just relying on the sort of the kills, the narrative. You've got to have like a strong sort of protagonist that you can sort of get behind and root for. It's quite important as much as the dialogue and your slug lines. It is difficult to create a protagonist though that's sort of relatable. I mean, you do need to put a bit of time into that, because you've just got to be careful that you don't make the person sort of annoying or sort of not sort of relatable to people,
Exactly.
Because you can even make a mistake, and you don't want to be too generic either with their sort of qualities as well. You want to make them stand out a bit and be slightly different where people can adhere to them.
You brought it up, and it just hit my brain. I was like, you know what? I what has happened? Like they have made the final girl so unlikable. Like what? I mean, I've even watched indie horror films, and I'm like, oh, I hate the final girl. Like she gets my fucking nerves. Like it's like what? This is something I've never experienced before. Like I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel bad when the killer gets killed. I'm like, what? I'm not going to feel this way.
No, just don't let them kill him. Maybe they've spun it deliberately just to piss us off. Just got fed up of having the lead A character being likable. Let's just make them unlikable. Let's get everyone against them, and then we'll keep them alive at the end. And they'll leave the theatres frustrated.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because I did a ranking last month that's on my channel. By the way, feel free to look at it. It was like the top 5 most annoying characters in a horror movie. Do you know how tough it was to make that list? It was so tough to make that list because there's so many annoying characters in horror movies. It was so tough.
Yeah, they don't come through the Barbara Queen anymore, do they?
No, but the sister from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the new one, the last one, definitely was number 1. That was the most annoying character I've ever seen in a movie ever. Like, annoying. Her whole group of fucking friends were fucking annoying. And I just did not care if Leatherface ran through all of them. I was like, please just kill all of them on Leatherface.
So you just felt satisfied when they was getting sort of, killed off one by one. It's like, yeah, go on Leatherface. Like, make it a bit more during the time.
but that sounds fun, but it's not fun. You know what I mean? As a watcher, it's fun, but that's my biggest issue with the first Terrifier. He didn't give 2 shits about the characters were fucking dumb and annoying, and they had no character development.
Yeah, I don't think they had any sort of. I don't think they probably was too sort of bothered. Like, they didn't probably care about the characters. Just like, let's just do some fucking graphic killings here. Let's just use our imaginations and just go OTT and just get the audience sort of going home happy and getting them talking, spreading the word. It works, right?
Yeah, but it works. But imagine if I would have felt something or knew something about the girl who got cut in half. Imagine if I felt something. Imagine if you felt something. Like, oh my goodness, she was lovely or something, or she was a bitch or something, right? Yeah. It would have made that kill something. It would have made that kill so more impactful. To me, it was just definitely. Okay, all right, he cut it in half. Okay, on to the next one. It's just
That's what it felt like. On to the next one. It's like, okay, you're very inventive with that, and it is gross, but there was no sort of connection with the actual character, so you didn't feel anything. Yeah. So
nothing.
Yeah, nothing. I don't think they were probably too bothered, David Leone, about feeling anything for the victims. I guess it was more. It's more based around the antagonist, Art the Clown, I guess, and just trying to be as gruesome and graphic and gory as they can be. Yeah. Yeah. And just tempted by that every movie. How can we get that one?
By the way, I get constant comments like, Travis, every damn interview you do, you're bashing Terrifier. I don't bash Terrifier. I think I bash Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the fucking Winnie the Pooh movie more than I do Terrifier. I really.
Oh yeah, you've got the sequel coming soon, so you got that to look forward to. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, I believe it is. Yeah,
it's already out. I don't support
it. Okay, maybe it's out here. I'm not sure, but and you got Bambi, I think, Mickey Mouse next year as well. Is it called Screenwriter? I believe. I think the producers of Terrifier are behind that. So
I'm not.
Animation.
I supported once, and I paid the fucking Phantom Events ticket to go see the first Winnie the Pooh, and it was a ridiculous. It wasn't fucking cheap. It wasn't the normal price of a movie ticket. It was LA. I was like, oh, I'm supporting that, and it was the biggest piece of shit. I mean, it was bad. It wasn't like it was a cash grab. It was 100% a cash grab. They were not trying to give something to fans or audience or this and that. It was, let's go ahead and put a Winnie Pooh mask and a fucking piglet mask on a big fat redneck and have him killing people. And it was just, I was like, oh, you could have did so much more with this concept. You know what I mean? So much more.
Yeah, there was so much more they could have sort of got in depth with there, to be honest with you. Yeah, definitely. I agree totally. But again, I don't know what it made at the box office, but their profit's probably about 300% or something, like that.
Yeah,
so
they made something ridiculous.
Yeah, they did. I remember reading that. So if it's become a cash cow, then they will, they'll probably do like Bambi on Slice or something next to that,
Kudos. Listen, people must be enjoying it because, I mean, I thought like the sequel made like $8 million or something is opening weekend. Yeah. So So people out there are liking it. So listen,
It was the market for it. Yeah.
There's a market for it, but it's just not me. I just don't. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, and that's it. That's it. We vote with our feet. You know, if we don't like something, we're not going to go and pay the ticket, are we, at the cinema? So yeah. So are you more sort of slasher then? That side of the genre. Yeah.
So I like a little bit of everything. I like a lot of the subgenre. I like
I have the
slashers.
same. Yeah.
I like found footage. I like the paranormal shit. Like I'm a huge paranormal activity fan. I love all the paranormal activity movies.
I haven't seen all of them. But I've seen the first 2 or 3. They're great. They are great movies.
Yeah, but I mean, if you ask me what I don't watch, I don't like. I mean, I like horror comedies too. But if you ask me what I don't like, I don't like torture porn.
I was just about to say that. You took the words out of my mouth. Torture. Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah.
So
for me, I think, yeah, it's not about blood and stuff for me either, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's why.
Yeah.
So I mean that's why that's why Terrifier would never win me over, because it's definitely torture porn to me. Because it's just not the kill; it's elongated. You know what I mean? It's a elongated process. Pouring bleach on someone and pouring salt on the scalp. It's just this torture thing, and it just goes on too long.
Yeah, a bit like Hostel, I guess, as well. Films like that, Hostel, and
I actually like Hostel though. I actually like the first Hostel.
I did as well. Yeah, I enjoyed the first Hostel actually. Yeah, but then obviously, like you said, the kills get a bit more extreme, and it does become sort of a bit like a torture sort of movie. Eastern Europe, and it's just blood everywhere.
I don't want to sit there and watch somebody get killed for 10 minutes. Like it's at that point, like at that point you're mentally, psychologically going into a dark place when you start enjoying shit. Like
exactly that. You
psychologically going into a dark place, and that's why Terrifier doesn't do it for me, because I feel like if you enjoy that, and you like, I watched Terrifier 2. I saw it in the movie theater, paid the ticket fare to see it, blah blah blah. Supporting indies, but I was watching that movie and I was like, "There's no way I could watch this the second, third, fourth, fifth time around. This is a one-time thing. This is a one-time thing because it's so disturbing and it's not.
You don't remember going over your mind all the time, do you? Like 2 or 3 times watching the same.
It's mean-spirited. It's mean-spirited. It's very mean-spirited. And it's borderline misogynistic too. You know what I mean? Because Art really fucks up the women more than he does the men.
He does. He targets the poor old ladies,
which is why I find it incredibly insane that, do you know who loves Art the Clown and Terrifier more than anybody? Feminist women. Feminist white women love Terrifier and Art the Clown. I had the most super all-right feminists on my show. That's what's your favorite? Art the Clown, Terrifier. I'm like, what?
Is there something sexual behind these actions or something? I don't know.
I don't know where that comes from. I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, I was just trying to work out the link.
Yes. Reese, where can everyone find you, my friend?
Everyone can find me on your usual, so Instagram. Just type in Reese Thompson. There's not many of me. RHYSTHOMPSON. Also X, formerly known as Twitter. Where else am I on? Facebook is another good one. And if you are interested, I'll get the book up again. There it is, The RIP Man. That's the cover there. That can be found on Amazon UK and also .com in the US, and Barnes & Noble as well. Hopefully you'll hear a lot more from me on my socials in the next couple of weeks. My second screenplay should hopefully be released as a book, which I'm excited about. So I'll give you an update once it's out there in the world, and I'll give you any exclusives that I come across. Anything that might happen, I'll let you know.
Reese, listen, I 100% a pleasure. Listen,
it's been a pleasure. It's been great, and I've really enjoyed my time. I'm glad we finally got this one over the line, and I will support you. I'll do my best for you, and just keep doing what you're doing. Much, really, really appreciated.
Listen, man, you're more than welcome. Come on anytime. Listen, next time, let's just talk about shit. Let's just come on and just talk about horror.
Yeah, do it. Do whatever you want to do. It don't even have to be. We can talk about WWF wrestling next time, mate. Or
we could do that too, man. We could do that too. There's a lot to talk about that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Anything nostalgic, or in our heyday when we was growing up, movies, anything, books. Yeah, and support the indie authors as well, the writers, because there's some great ones out there. So everyone just keep supporting and wish everyone the best. Take care.
Most definitely. Listen, everyone, check out Rayskid on Amazon, grab his book, and keep on the lookout. All right, everyone, thank you for coming to the Horror Room. I don't say this as much as I need to, but I'm going to start saying it more now. Please hit that like and subscribe button. All right.
All right, mate. No worries.
How was that?
I said, no worries, mate.
Well, I'm Travis Bruce, and that is Reese Thompson. We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Mate.
Pal.